Back in March, President Biden signed the American Rescue Plan Act into law. The $1.9 trillion relief package includes funds for things like vaccine distribution, relief payments to residents, and increased rental and utility assistance. Importantly, it also includes billions of direct federal dollars for every city in the country, including $1.1 billion for all of Washington's 281 cities. As we now wait for these critical federal funds to start flowing, here are 5 things to remember as you prepare and plan for using your city's ARP allocation. Number 1, there are still more questions than answers. The Treasury Department is writing up guidelines for local governments about how they can properly use their ARP allocations. The Treasury Department has until early May to put the guidelines together, and we expect that they will use most, if not all of that time developing the guidelines. The Treasury says that we should expect several rounds of clarifying guidelines over the coming months. They expect that the first round will address many common questions that local governments have already submitted, with later documents providing additional details. Number 2, take stock of other funds that are available through the ARP Act. The ARP includes funding for counties, tribes, states, businesses, school districts, rental assistance, broadband, utilities, public health, and so much more. Before committing to funding any local programs, make sure to verify if there are available federal dollars specifically for those needs. Remember, once you've spent your city's allocation, that money is gone. Start working now with other cities and your county to discuss how you can best work together to maximize the impact of your federal funds. A well-coordinated response using ARP funds will not only benefit your community during this recovery period, but also build trust between you and your residents. Number 3, you don't need to spend all your money right now. Unlike the CARES Act that had a very tight deadline, the ARP allows cities to spend funds until the end of 2024. While the money is coming in 2 tranches over the next year, you are not required to spend either tranche right away. You should take time to collect community and staff input on how funds should be spent. You could consider what needs should be addressed right away and which needs can be addressed in the coming few years. It may be helpful to form a steering committee made up of elected officials, city staff, and community members to help guide you on how money should be spent. Again, these are one-time federal dollars, and once they're spent, they're spent. Number 4, document, document, document. There are still questions around how the Treasury will require cities to report their usage of ARP funds. However, we know there will be audits, and beyond those audits, community members and the media will be keen to know how federal dollars are being spent. Having a well-documented process in place will help promote transparency within your community and avoid potentially negative press. Start planning now on how you will track the flow of ARP dollars in your community. Number 5, include your congressional delegation as a part of your success. Support for the ARP Act was highly partisan. Whether or not your federal delegation voted to support the ARP, it is still important to keep them informed about how your city is using the funds. Consider inviting them to a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a local business reopening after the pandemic. Send them a video of a local nonprofit helping a family move into a home or distributing meals to people in need. Or invite them to an open house discussing local infrastructure improvements funded through the ARP. Showing our federal elected officials that cities are good stewards of federal funds will help win future federal support if cities are ever in need of direct federal dollars again. If you want more information on the American Rescue Plan Act, you can go to our website, wascities.org, or reach out to us via email at general@awcnet.org.